We've seen a lot of special paint schemes out there this weekend, but I think none more special than the paint scheme that Chad Knaus and his folks at Hendrick Motorsports and the people at Lowe's have put on Jimmie Johnson's car for this race today.
When I was a kid, the first race car my father's that I can actually really remember was in 1976. I was only 5 years old, and he had a red, white, and blue race car. It had stars, it had flames on the hood. It was neat every time he went to the racetrack because people could really identify with it. They could see it, and the crowds loved it, the fans loved it, and we definitely took a lot of pride in that. You know, obviously Lowe's Motor Speedway is very meaningful to all of us. Quite often we run a patriotic paint scheme that was a big hit with all the servicemen and women around the world, and they really identified with it. So last year we were at Pocono, Pennsylvania, and the serviceman comes up to me and he says, you know, we really appreciate when you guys run your patriotic paint schemes. And he said that he had been overseas during Memorial Day weekend and saw that car a couple of years ago, that everybody over there really identified with it. And they were like, man, look at that beautiful red, white, and blue car. What he had said really kind of stuck with me. Like, wow, that's kind of a big deal. Sometimes we take for granted that what we do is so confined to our little circle, but in all actuality, it's global. It got me thinking a little bit, you know, we really need to take this to the next level. And Lowe's jumped right on board, and they said, well, I'll tell you what, you go ahead and you help the guys design the paint scheme, and we'll go ahead and make it happen. So we took a little bit of all of those race cars that my father had in the mid-70s and tried to apply those to this race car, and I think it's fantastic. I think it's going to be a showstopper. As we were going through and designing the paint scheme, Lowe's says, you know what, we want to give something back to the people that work for us as well, and we want to put their names on the race car. I said, that's a fantastic idea. So they got all these names together. You know, I was thinking it'd be a few hundred. Well, I was way off on that one. It's actually 12,548 people have their names on our race car. They're on the hood, they're on the deck lid, and they're there. They're a little difficult to see maybe because that's a lot of names, but I can promise you they're on there. Now, if you want to go to lowesracing.com, you can actually look and try to find somebody's name on there. You know, say you got a brother, an uncle, and you want to check out and see where their name is, you can look and see. If you work at Lowe's and you're currently a service member or were a service member, your name's on that car. Come Sunday night, it's going to be an honor for me to have everybody's names on that race car as we're making that 600-mile race. So I'm extremely proud of this paint scheme. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I think once it shows up at the racetrack, I think everybody's going to be extremely excited. They're just going to be blown away by how beautiful it is. And I think that our servicemen and women are going to be very proud to have this and have their names on top of this race car. So I'm excited about it. And if it goes half as fast, as good as it looks, I think everybody's going to be in a lot of trouble. So sit back and enjoy this one. It's going to be a lot of fun for everybody.
A great tribute and certainly a distinctive look for the number 48 this Memorial Day weekend.